So we're going to use Excel to help us find some of the probabilities, and we're going to take a look at two of the questions that you have to answer. And we could do this manually by hand. We could also use a count if statement, but that's going to be rather difficult. It has to be very precise, and it's beyond the scope of the course. And with the number of data that we're looking at, we're only looking at 15 houses or 30 houses. It's not really necessary. So the first thing I want to do is hit the plus sign here to make another sheet. And then we'll go back. And the first question is, what is the probability of finding a house with more than 2,000 square feet and a price higher than $300,000? So I need to copy over column B and column E. I don't want to click on the top. I just want to click and drag on the ones that I want. So I can go here, click and drag, and I can right click and hit copy, or I can hit Control C. And I'm going to go to the new sheet, hit Control V, or you can paste it. And we have this, and we also want the square feet. So click and drag, Control C, and you want the columns right next to each other, because if you don't, what happens is when we go to sort this information, it's only going to sort this. It's not going to be connected to the price. So if I sorted the square feet by, say, largest to smallest, see, it just did it, and nothing changed over here. So I'm going to hit Control Z to undo that. Now, if you create a spot in between them, the easiest thing to do is right-click on it, and hit delete. Now they're connected. Let's bring over the question. This is the question right here. What is the probability of finding a house with more than 2,000 square feet and a price higher than $300,000? So I'm going to take this. You could do either one of these, and I'm just going to sort it from largest to smallest. And I want to expand the selection. That's very important. That connects the pricing. And now that when we sorted the square feet of the house, the price stayed with the house. That's why we had the columns next to each other. I'm going to go through and highlight the ones that are more than 2,000 square feet, and the word does matter with more than 2,000 square feet. So if it was 2,000 square feet, you wouldn't include it. I'm just going to click yellow here just to kind of highlight it. And now I want to count the ones that are more than $300,000. I'll just do that in, let's say, green. So that's green. Any of them that's more than 300,000. That's one that's not. So I need to count up the ones that have both green and yellow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this would be a probability of 10 out of 15. There's 15 houses there, and 10 of them meet that criteria. So let's go back to the sheet 1. We're going to answer the other question. So again, we're going to hit the plus sign to make a new sheet. And this question says, if a house is less than 1,700 square feet, so we're going to need this column again. This is a given question, so the probability is going to be a little bit different than you're maybe used to. What is the probability that it has 4 or more bedrooms? So now I'm going to take the bedrooms and highlight the ones I want. Control C. Again, we want the columns right next to each other. Control V to paste it. And I'm going to copy the question over. If a house is less than 1,700 square feet. So let's start with here. We need to sort this, so we're going to go smallest to largest, I think, this time. So if it's less than 1,700 square feet, there's only 3 houses like that. We'll put this in yellow. What is the probability that it has 4 or more bedrooms? Well, this has 4 more bedrooms, as well as this house here. So there's 3 houses that have less than 1,700 square feet, and 2 of those have 4 more bedrooms. So the probability is 2 out of 3. And that's going to be it. So if you have any questions, go ahead and email me.